Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. So today we've got a makeup video and I'm going to show you guys what is in my everyday makeup bag and like my everyday makeup routine. But this is all about just enhancing what you've got, enhancing your natural beauty, and yeah, that's basically what it's gonna be. So if you want to see what my everyday natural makeup look is, then just keep on watching. So the first thing that I'm going to pop on is a little bit of lip balm, and this is my favourite one. It is the Eucerin Intensive lip balm, and this stuff is just my favourite. It's like the only lip balm I found that actually really works. So the first thing I go in with is this by Terry Light Expert Click Brush. I did a review on this on my channel a while back and I hated it like all over the face. I thought it looked awful if you had acne and that kind of stuff, but now my skin doesn't have those problems and actually really like the way it looks on my skin. So if you don't suffer with like acne or texture all over your skin, then you probably really like this. And also you might be thinking, I thought you don't wear foundation, and I will show you what I do with it because I don't put this like all over my face. What I use this product for is just to get rid of any redness on my face. Now usually I hold redness around my nose, my chin and in between my eyebrows. I kind of use it more like a concealer than you probably would say. Oh, and something I forgot to mention is I use the colour 4.5 Soft Beige. Okay, so the next thing I like to dress is my eyes. And the first product I use is a Smashbox colour correcting stick, and this is just in the light colour. It's the lighter one of the orangey kind of peachy shades. I don't like to put too much because then I find it starts to go a little bit cakey under the eye. I basically just like to draw a small bit just kind of downwards like that where the darkness is, and a little bit there. Just a little bit there. And a little bit there, and then I just take my ring finger and I just pat that out. But my everyday look and like just my look in general is I just don't want it to look like I've got makeup on my skin. I want it to just look as like skin as possible, so I just do not want too much product sitting on top because I feel like in person, in daylight, you can really see that on the skin. So anyway, moving on to concealer. At the minute I've been mixing up my concealers. If I want more of like a full coverage look, if I'm going out in the evening or something like that, I will use the NYX HD Studio Photogenic concealers and I will mix together 1 and 2. But for everyday makeup I've been mixing together the HD NYX Studio Photogenic Concealer in number 2 with a little bit of the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer in Ivory. And this is a lot thinner and lighter coverage. Probably like that. That's literally probably all I put on. And I will pop a little bit of that on top. A little bit there. A little bit on top, a little bit there. And then I will take my Real Technique sponge. I love this, it just gives such a natural finish. And I will just quickly blend that all out. And I'll also take it on top of the eye as well to get rid of any redness. And if there's anything on the back of my hand, I might just dab the sponge into that and just kind of go over the tops of the eyelids if it needs just a tiny bit more. And obviously I don't use crazy amount of concealer, so it's not going to be like the most full coverage thing ever. But like I said before, this is all about being really natural, so I'm not so like perfectionist about making sure that every tiny bit of darkness and every like imperfection on my face is covered up. And I use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, very small amount, like not too much powder at all. Very lightly dab over the eyes just to set, and then whatever's in the like pot I just take up, and then I like to just go over the top of my nose. I actually like to do things in a little bit of a different order. So next I actually like to put on my bronzer and then I do my concealer. So at the minute I'm using the Nars Laguna bronzer, but I'm just using the one that came in this little Nars Assist set. It's like a very small one here down the bottom. Work this up onto my cheeks. I don't like to use blush. I'm more of a bronzer kind of person. And to be honest, in general, I don't really do the whole like 3 thing anymore because I just like to use less product on my skin as possible, really. Work that on the other side. Okay, and then before I do my concealer, I always like to wash my hands. So I'm gonna go do that and I'll come straight back. I like to take the Real Techniques, this is just like a detail brush, and then the concealer that I use is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Concealer. My perfect shade is actually, I think it's like Fair Light, like it's the one in between these two colours basically, but in the UK for some reason we don't have that colour. I got it when I was in America, so I actually have Fair and Light. I have to mix the two colours together. I must say it is an expensive way to have concealer, but I just find that this concealer works really well for me and it doesn't break me out, so I'm gonna stick with it. Cover up any marks on my skin or anything like that basically, and just kind of, you know, do a little bit of erasing away. And I kind of just leave the concealer like that. I feel like it lasts all day. I don't need to powder it down, all that kind of jazz. So yeah, I just kind of leave it like that. And then the next thing I'll move on to is my brow. So I love there's two products I like to use. Sleek Eyebrow Stylist, I think that's what it's called, and it's in dark. And I also love the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil, and this is in soft brown. So when I fill in my eyebrows, it's more like just padding out the shape and then just kind of tidying them up. I'm gonna go in with the Eyebrow Stylist in dark first. And I also like to extend the brow just a tiny bit. And then I like to go in with the Maybelline Precise Brow. Is that even what it's called? Maybelline Brow Precise. And I like to basically use this to kind of blend my brow and then that last product together. It just kind of makes everything look a bit more natural and that there's not like obvious brow and then where you've drawn it. So I kind of just go over what I've done, just kind of draw like little hair strokes. If I was going out, then I would do my brows properly and I would use a different product as well and like proper do the front bit here and make them a bit more precise. But for an everyday kind of look, I like them just, you obviously, like I said for about 50 times this video, natural. Go back with a spoolie and just kind of brush through them and give them a little comb. I actually don't use brow gel anymore. I find that my eyebrows don't make a difference if I don't wear it, so I kind of just leave it. Take an eyeshadow that's maybe like close to my skin colour. I'm going to take this one like just at the end here, go over my crease a little bit with that and just over my eye. The only reason I do this is because I love using oils and like hemp oil and things like that in the morning on my face, and I find if I just put a little bit of shadow just on my eyelids, it stops any like creasing happening on my eyelids from where oil could have got on my eye. I then will pop on a bit of mascara. So at the minute I've been trying to use up my Chantecaille Faux Cills mascara. I like to do 2 coats. I always find this is where my eyelashes print onto my tops of my like eye bit here. So I kind of just leave it like that. I don't put anything on my bottom lashes because just prefer that look. I find if I put things on my bottom lashes, I then get a little bit bottom heavy. The last thing I do to my eyes is I take my Smashbox Casey Holmes palette in Pearl. This is my favourite highlighter of all time. It's the lightest one here on the end. Tiny bit on the inner corners of my eyes. I just find it really brightens up my eye area. So lip liner that is like my everyday staple lip liner is the NYX lip liner in Mauve. One of my favourite things about this lip liner is that you can just line your lips and you don't actually have to fill it in. Like, it just looks really natural even if you just want to line them, because then what I like to put on is a little bit of lip balm. And there we have it. That is literally my everyday makeup. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already, and also turn those notification bells on if you want to see my videos and be notified, because apparently that's the thing we've got to do nowadays. Does YouTube want to give us any more jobs that we have to do to get our stuff to be seen? I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.